The Well at the World's End. There was once a king, a widower, and he had a daughter who was beautiful and good-natured. The king married a queen who was a widow, and she had a daughter who was ugly and ill-natured, as the king's daughter was fair and good. The queen detested the king's daughter, for no one would notice her own girl while this paragon was beside her. So she made a plan. She sent the king's daughter to the well at the world's end with the bottle to get some water, thinking she would never come back. The girl walked far and was beginning to tire when she came upon a pony tethered by the roadside. The pony looked at the girl and spoke. Ride me, princess." "Yes, I will ride you," replied the girl, and the pony carried her over a moor covered with prickly gorse and brambles. Far she rode, and finally she came to the well at the world's end. She took her bottle and lowered it into the well, but the well was too deep and she could not fill the bottle. Then 5 men came up to her saying, wash us, princess, and dry us with your linen apron." And so she washed the men, and in return they lowered her bottle into the well and filled it with water. When they had finished, the men looked at the girl and spoke her future. "If she was pretty before, she will be 10 times more beautiful," said the first. "A diamond and a ruby and a pearl shall drop from her mouth every time she speaks," said the second and the third. "Gold and silver shall come from her hair when she combs it," said the third and the fourth man. The king's daughter returned to court, and to everyone's amazement, these predictions came true. All were happy with the girl's good fortune, except for the queen and her daughter. The queen decided that she would send her own daughter to the well at the world's end to get her the same gifts. After traveling far, the girl came to the pony, as the king's daughter had done before her. By now, the beast was tethered once more. But when the creature asked her to ride it, the queen's daughter replied, "Don't you see I'm a queen's daughter? I will not ride you, you filthy beast." The proud girl walked on, and she soon came to the moor covered with gorse and brambles. It was hard going for the girl, and the thorns cut her feet badly. Soon she could hardly walk with the pain. After a long, painful walk across the moor, the queen's daughter came to the well at the world's end. She lowered her bottle, but like the king's daughter, found that it would not reach the water in the well. Then she heard some men speaking. Wash us, princess, and dry us with your linen apron." And the proud daughter replied, "You nasty, filthy creatures! Do you think a queen's daughter can be bothered to wash you and dry your dirty faces with my fine, clean clothes?" And so the men refused to dip the girl's bottle into the well. Instead, they turned to her and began to predict her future. "If she was ugly before, she will be 10 times uglier," said the first. "Each time she speaks, a frog and a toad will jump from her mouth," predicted the second and the third. "When she combs her hair, lice and fleas will appear," said the third and the fourth and the fifth man. With these curses ringing in her ears, the unhappy girl returned home. Her mother was distraught when she saw her daughter, for indeed she was uglier than before, and frogs, toads, and fleas and lice jumped from her. In the end, the queen's daughter left the king's court and married a poor cobbler. As for the king's good-natured daughter, she was happy and good-natured for the rest of her long life. So, the moral of the story is, treat others how you want to be treated. Thank you.